So I found out I was HIV positive almost 7 years ago. May 20th, 2000, I was the 20th person in a clinic on the 20th of May, and I was 20 years old. So I swore I was a lucky person at that point. I received a call from partner notification saying somebody that I came in contact with was HIV positive, found out they were HIV positive. And when I got that call, I immediately went over to find out. And when I got the test, and 20 minutes later, it came out positive. My mother is the only one that knows in my family. So she actually found out in a hospital setting. I had became very ill. Nurse walked in and said, "So, Mr. Toro, how long have you been HIV positive for?" And because I was so sick, I was just like 2.5 years and just went back to sleep and didn't really realize that, oh my God, my mother was sitting in the room with me and now she knows. She came out and said, she's like, "I've always known." She's like, "I knew. I saw your results in your sock drawer." She knew that I wasn't ready to tell her and I wasn't ready to talk to her about it. And that's always been the way I am. And that's our relationship that I have with my mother, is that until I'm ready to talk about something or until she's ready to talk about something, we're just not going to talk about it. Before coming to do this, I felt like I had to call her and I had to tell her, what was going on. I was so excited to do something like this. And when I told her, she was just like, "I am so proud of you." I was feeling everything. I was feeling happy, sad. I wanted to cry. I wanted to laugh. I was angry. Every stream of emotion that I could possibly feel at that moment hit me at that one single moment when you hear somebody say, "I'm sorry, but you have HIV." It wasn't until, a day later or 2 days later when I really had time to sit back and think about it that it really sunk in and saying, okay, this is what happened. Now what's your next steps? What do you do next? Do you just, put it in the back of your mind and forget about it? Or do you move on? Do you live life like it was May 19th versus May 20th?
It's really difficult to have these conversations in the Latino community, but it's so important. And the fact that Latinos are a group that are very disproportionately affected. And when you look at the numbers are rising in Latinos.
With family, particularly with Latino families, with men, that idea of machismo, and that, because I'm a man, I'm supposed to act in certain ways. I'm not supposed to be gay. I'm supposed to have a wife. I'm supposed to have children. I'm supposed to have all these things, and I'm not. Oh, I might get HIV because you kissed me, or we're holding hands and you have a cut on your hand. Ooh, I might get HIV.
I'm breathing the air.
Right. We're in the same. We're sitting
right?
So close together. Ooh, you might get. It's not. And these are just myths and stigmas that people are walking around with, and until they get the proper education, until they get the proper information, it's just going to continuously stigmatize everybody.
He's a face that other young people can look to and say, wow, his story's like mine. He looks like me. He talks like me.
I'm able to use my life and use my story to young people, so this way they may not have to go through the same experience that I went through, and if they are going through the same experience, then give them that little shining hope that we're gonna have bad days, we're gonna have good days, but the good days will start outweighing the bad days, and it will start becoming part of normal life. Let's stop HIV together. Get the facts, get tested, get involved.